Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into my page and for taking the time out to listen as I have another special guest today. And this is Eryn, and I'm going to ask Eryn to introduce herself in a minute. But as you know, every week I post a video of a recorded interview that I do with another business owner somewhere in the world. And today we're staying in Canada. And as most of you know, I do this because I love talking to people, probably just talking in general. And I love sharing and hearing what other people have to say about their digital business. So let's hear what Eryn has to say today. And I'm going to ask you, Eryn, to introduce yourself and welcome to my page. And I'm excited to hear your story.
Hello, Cam. Thank you so much. Like Kim said, my name is Eryn Miller-Kowalchuk, and I am from Alberta, Canada. I am a mom of a 14-year-old and a soon-to-be 5-year-old, 2 boys. They're pretty busy. And I just quit my EA position in September. I worked in childcare for over 20 years, so it was time to shut her down and stay home with my boys.
Wow, 20 years. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So how long have you been a digital business owner?
So I started, in 2018.
Oh, 19? Okay.
Yeah. So for a few years.
Okay, yeah. Cool. Right. So why did you start the business?
Well, I started for my boys. I was really tired of missing out on them. As they get older, you know, like there's little moments, but they get busy. And both my boys are in sports and both in school. And I was missing out on all the things. And I hated it because when I worked, they were in school. But if there was a special moment pre-COVID, I couldn't take off the time. I always had to ask for time off.
That's right.
And most of the time it was like, no, you're an EA, you have to be there, you know, because you're assigned. And I was a behavioral EA. So I worked with like heavy duty behaviors.
Wow.
And it also takes a toll on you mentally and physically, and it drains you. So by the time I would get home, I was exhausted and I couldn't give anything to my kids. So I had to hear about their day, and that's about it. And for my oldest, most of his life was me working, and we would get up at like 6 a.m. and I wouldn't get home till 6 p.m. to pick him up because I would also do aftercare. And it was when I was on mat leave that I did not want to repeat those moments. So I decided, you know what, I need a change. I need something that's going to help me be there for my boys. And when I found this opportunity, I was like very skeptic. I did my homework though. I looked into, I talked to people. I was trying to be proactive with it. And it just fit into my life. I felt like God was really saying, Eryn, I'm putting this in front of you for months. Every single day I saw the same ad.
Oh my goodness.
And it was weird because I had never seen one before.
Oh, wow.
And it just was like the bait, like God was saying, push, just hurry up. This is for you. I'm putting it right here for you. And I'm a little stubborn. And I was like, no, I am not a computer person. I cannot do this. I barely can run Facebook. And he's like, no, just see what's behind that door.
Behind door number 1. That's right.
Yeah,
wow.
Absolutely.
So cool. So you said you were skeptical. How did you know this was a real legitimate business and not one of many, many, many that's out there that is questionable? How did you know it was real and legitimate?
Well, at first I was like I said, I was very skeptical. I was not sure. And I thought, I'm going to push. And I put my email address in there and I was like, okay, let's see what happens. And I got a message. And it was, you know, it did not sound robotic. It sounded like a real person. So I responded with something, you know, like random that no robot would be able to.
That's right.
And we had a huge conversation. Like we were back and forth. She's telling me about her family. about her why she started it. She was asking me questions. She wasn't pressuring me. And I think that was the key to me, was I was not being pushed into this.
That's right.
It was on my own terms.
Wow.
And she was very like, if you want to know more, I'm here and I can help you. If you don't, can we still chat? Like we had a common friend. That was the other thing. We had a mutual friend between the two of us.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, how do you know so-and-so? And she's like, how do you know so-and-so? And that's where I was like, okay, so we have a common person here. So you have to be real. That's right. That's where it was like, okay, if this person's taking out of her time to get to know me, what she's doing has to be legit. And that's when I was like, I was sold and jumped in.
That is so cool. That's so cool. Wow.
Yeah.
So what would you say, since you started, what would you say the biggest lesson is that you've learned through this? This is the learning curve, getting up and running and becoming established and successful. What is the biggest lesson that you've learned about whatever?
I've learned a lot of things. I've learned from having to be technical to doing interviews and putting yourself out there. But I think that's my biggest lesson that I've learned, is to be confident.
Wow.
I'm normally a confident person, but I am a second guesser. So to really throw myself into it and to believe and to find my confidence, to sit down and chat with people, was one of my biggest learning curves. I can do it face to face, but to like some stranger that
like me
becomes your friend. Because I tell everybody that I do interviews with or for, I'm like, we're now friends, just so you know. Like, I'm going to visit you, you're going to visit me. We're now, you know, a family. And they just kind of laugh, but it's like, it's not my personality to just go up to a stranger and just start talking to them. So I really had to learn to put myself out there.
That's right.
Because when you put yourself out there, I find like it's one step closer to your goal and to what you want to accomplish.
That's true. So cool. It's true. And I think for a lot of introverts, and believe it or not, I'm an introvert, talking to people, that's true. Talking to people, I'm typically a shy person. I'm one of the people that you would find in the background doing things, but you learn to talk to people. You learn to put yourself out there, and it takes time, and it's a skill that you've got to learn. And it's to the point now where I actually enjoy it. I'm still naturally shy. I still get nervous, but I enjoy when I'm doing it. I'm enjoying the one-on-one. And but yeah, it's a big lesson. It's an important lesson to learn to be confident. And this is International Women's Day. So happy Women's Day.
Happy Women's Day.
That's right. But we've got to be a group of confident women, because a lot of the world depends on the women. So it's important. So good lesson. Awesome. Well, I don't want to take up too much of your time. You've got a little one running around there somewhere. So is there any last words of advice you would like to give to any of my viewers that are out there today that are still sitting on the fence, wondering if this is something they should do or not? Any last words of advice that you would give them?
What I would give to them is get off that fence.
Get off the fence.
Get off of that fence. It is uncomfortable. It hurts. It takes up too much of your time. And you know what? Having Kim as a mentor, as somebody who's behind you, is the best place to be sitting, not on the fence. To even just jump in and get the information, it's risk-free. Why not find out more instead of sitting there wondering what to do? I'll tell you what to do. Jump off the fence.
Wonderful advice. I couldn't agree more. Get off the fence. It's no place for anybody. At least check it out. It's not, like you said, there's no risk to check it out. There's no cost to check it out. It's not for everybody, but it might be for you. It's perfect for me. You love it. So, and we're just 2 of 113,000 apparently. Wow.
Small number.
Well, thank you so much, Eryn, for your time today. I really appreciate you coming on and chatting with me today. It's been an absolute pleasure to get to know you and to have you on my page. And I pray many blessings on you and your business as you go forward. So thanks so much.
Thank you.
That's it, everybody. Thanks so much. And we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.